What is up, guys? It's Mike here, and today was the unveiling of the 2021 Spin Master Monster Jam poster, and we're going to take a nice good close look and see what's coming out, see what's on the way, and also see what the brand new Walmart, like zombie invasion, zombie and hunter trucks, will be replaced by. Alright guys, so as you see the poster right here, this is pretty cool. I like this. I like where Spin Master's headed, and it's going to be kind of hard to see as I try to zoom in here. It's kind of blurry and pixelated, but don't worry, I'm going to fix that. But this is a pretty cool poster. So the yearbook has officially been released, I believe. It is currently available at some of the shows if you guys are lucky enough and are able to go to them. I haven't seen any on eBay yet, but of course it's the first day, and I don't even think it's on the Monster Jam Superstore yet. But really interesting. Still don't know what the cover looks like, but this is pretty cool. So as you guys see right here, we have El Toro. That is going to be the poster truck for at least 2021, and I like that. Last year it was Dragonoid. The year before that, of course, it was Gravedigger. And yeah, so maybe to a lot of people, you might see that there's not that many trucks here, and there's a lot of trucks that, there's a lot of zombies. You can see looking at this, there's definitely a lot of gravediggers, but it's more than that. Spin Master, and of course the whole thing with COVID. 2020 has been a complete nightmare, and 2021 is going to get affected, of course, as the time of this video. Mix 14, I believe, and Mix 15, still nowhere to be found. I believe they got pushed back to around February, maybe even March, so hopefully those will get in stores soon. But then other than that, I'm pretty sure maybe Mix 16 here and the 2021 singles versions, I guess, if you will, those should be in stores hopefully by like March or April. We can only hope. But let's take a closer look. I'm just going to go by the rows here, so we'll start with the arena favorites starting right now. Alright guys, so as you saw, we have a lot of arena favorite trucks. Pretty cool. However, I think my favorite one so far from looking at this has got to be the Kraken. That thing is really cool, and even though I guess they can't use the name Saigon Shaker, but it is Shaker for the toy. Kind of curious, don't really know the backstory with that, but we did see those get revealed a couple weeks ago with Monster Jam OCD's Instagram or Facebook, the Monster Truck Collecting Facebook, and even his YouTube. Those trucks are pretty cool, and I'm really glad to see those coming. And also, we see a brand new Gravedigger right here, which is one of the 30th anniversary Gravediggers, which is really cool. We didn't see this one in the 124 scale, I believe. I think it was the... No, wait, we did. I could be wrong. But it is pretty cool to finally see this thing in purple in the 164 scale. So that's really cool. Really excited to see that. Can't wait. And moving down the list here now, right off the bat, you're going to see two Dragonoids, which I kind of like this. And then this is probably where you look at the poster and it's like, wait, didn't we just get the red Dragonoid in 2019 for, I believe it was Mix 5? And then we didn't see the red one for 2020. We did see the orange, goldish one. Now, for 2021, there is a playset edition. Not too sure if this truck is going to vary different from the playset version of it, but hopefully it will be a different variant. However, this black and green, and it has a little bit of purple, that Dragonoid, that looks really mean. That looks really cool. I cannot wait for that to come out. I have to say that's probably one of the sickest and meanest looking Dragonoids I've seen so far. I might really like that one. And then you're going to see this crustacean. And the backstory behind this crustacean, I think it's called the Raw Crustacean. Obviously, this is not a real truck. I don't think it's ever been in competition anywhere. I actually don't know. I think it was solely a custom out of the mind of Digger's Diecast. And if you guys don't know who Digger's Diecast is, the guy's a beast at customizing trucks. And I remember when I think around the time the red crustacean, maybe even the blue crustacean from Mix 4 of 2019 came out, he ended up customizing them and made that one right there And as we take a closer look at this thing, the detailing on this is really, really cool. This is actually something really cool and something I could never see Hot Wheels doing, because basically what Spin Master did here was take someone in the community who was, or is, really, really good and skilled at customizing trucks, and they took his custom truck and made it into their toy line, and now this truck will be mass produced and sold in stores. That is pretty awesome, to say so myself. That is really cool to have that happen. We did see it, I believe, last year or at the end of 2019 with Bad News Travels Fast, and it had the Brian Z. Patton logo on the, I guess not the tailgate, but like the stable bar, and that was pretty cool. But seeing how Spin Master took someone in the community that customized the truck, then they gave Spin Master that customized truck, and then they turned it into something where they can mass produce and it looks just like it, is really awesome. And I think that's one key factor why a lot of people like Spin Master way more than Hot Wheels. That is awesome. That right there. This already might be one of the best trucks of 2021 whenever this thing does get released. And moving on down the line, we now see another higher education truck, which this one I believe has the correct casting. They did go back and remake the casting more accurate, which is pretty cool. And I think they did that on the 124 scale for the trucks last year, which I think it was Mix 9 for the 124 scales, but in my area, I haven't seen them yet. But hopefully soon. And then we see on the right here this yellow El Toro truck. Now, that's pretty cool. I like we finally got that in the diecast or 164 scale. We did see it in the 124 scale, but however, the only issue I have with that truck is I believe it's set to be released in Mix 14 or Mix 15 of 2020. Obviously, we haven't gotten those mixes yet. Hopefully soon, but I believe it was a legacy truck, so if it was, it would have different, or it would have the BKTs printed in white on the tires. So that one is a question mark. The only thing I can really say is maybe they changed up the frames of the detailing on it, and hopefully, in Spin Master's case, I hope this truck is probably more towards the end of 2021 if it gets released. I can't really see if Mix 14 and 15 got pushed back to February, March, and then it's in like Mix 16 or 17. That it's just like right there. That's kind of odd. I can't see them doing that. And then we have a brand new casting and a brand new truck with Bro Camaro, which this is really, really cool. I did not expect to see this thing so soon. This truck was recently just debuted. If it wasn't for, obviously, the pandemic and everything, this truck probably would have been a little more well-known. However, as you see in the 164 scale, this truck does have roll bars and a bumper on it here, so this could be a little strange for some people. However, I do like how they added that. They did change it up from the real life truck. Obviously, the real life truck does not have the bulldozer kind of roll cage and light bars on the top and that bumper. So, kind of interesting. I think this might have been based off the original render of the truck before it was made. So that's interesting. However, if you guys are good at customizing or don't like it, I can see you guys or anybody just basically taking off the roll bar and the bumper, but nonetheless pretty cool. Nice to see it looks just like the real life truck and just like the Camaro or Camino as well. And then the last two trucks over here, there was currently 11 arena favorite trucks, which is kind of a lot out of nowhere. We have Wolf's Head, which is going to be interesting to see if they change that up, how the scheme was from 2020. That mix, I think it was mix 13 for 2020, that was a really good mix and a really cool detailing job, an awesome done job on Wolf's Head. So it's going to be interesting to see how they change that. And then we're going to see Big Kahuna again. Now, we obviously saw Big Kahuna, I believe, in Mix 4 of 2019, so that was pretty cool. However, this Big Kahuna is a little bit different. So there it is. This Big Kahuna is the original one, I believe. This was the Hot Ride version one with the surfboards in the back. It's going to be interesting to see if they do the surfboards in the back and all that. I'm really looking forward to see how this truck looks. This is probably one of the most anticipated trucks. A lot of people have been requesting it. And I can see why. It's really cool. We did see it in the 124 scale version, so it's going to be interesting to see this in a 164 scale. And this is another truck I honestly cannot wait to see once it's fully detailed and everything, and it gets released. Hopefully, this is one truck I kind of hope it's near the beginning of 2021, just because I kind of want to see it and want it. And moving right down the poster, we have right here the Legacy truck. So last year we had a couple of these, and the main thing was basically they had the white printed BKT lettering on the tires, which is pretty cool. And I'm glad to see that Spin Master is continuing that trend. However, when you look at the poster, some of the trucks do have the white lettering, like Son of a Digger here, which looks really, really nice. And then Soldier Fortune, I do believe we did see a Legacy one last year, but I think it was Black Ops. However, in this rendering and on the poster here, it looks like Soldier Fortune has a different shade of green or army color, so that's going to be interesting to see if it still has that moving forward. And in the next two, we have a Monster Mutt Rottweiler with the ears folded down, which is pretty cool. I like how Spin Master did that. They did change it up for 2021. I know a lot of people have been pushing for this, and it's cool that they did that. I'm not too sure if every dog truck is going to have that. It might be certain ones, but that is cool that they did that and they retooled that casting. And then I believe this might be the final Legacy truck. Maybe not. But we finally got Max D, and this is also the first one that looks like it does not have BKT printing on the tires. Now, with that, I don't know. Legacy trucks, that's the whole thing behind it, so I don't see why it wouldn't have the BKT white lettering on the tire. It could be just a misprint on this photo or on this poster, but it's going to be interesting to see if it does or doesn't have it. Also, this is the first Max D, I believe, that is going to be released after the 5-pack exclusive that has the front engine chassis, so that's pretty interesting as well. And as I look at the next poster, there's 3 more Legacy trucks, might be, so it looks like in total we will have 7 of them, and it looks like the next one is going to be Northern Nightmare, then obviously W is Whiplash, but obviously they can't use the Whiplash name, so it's W, and then we're going to have another Gravedigger. So another Gravedigger is pretty cool. It's going to be interesting to see what Gravedigger they decide to choose and go with. I don't know which one they could go with. Maybe Green Ghost, maybe one we haven't seen yet. So that's going to be interesting to see. I kind of hope it's something that's going to be something we haven't seen yet. That'd be funny if they just troll us and they basically put the same Gravedigger we had before. Alright, so the next line of trucks here are the 6 Showtime trucks, and a lot of people did not like this. So what these are, basically we had the ride trucks for the chase piece last year, and the year before that we had the training trucks, which was very unique, very different, something we never seen before. And then for 2020 we have Showtime trucks. So the main feature with these things is basically the motors are painted and the shocks are painted, and it looks like the trucks are going to be accurate to their real life counterparts, which honestly I think that's really cool. I think it's awesome. And of course the first one would be Gravedigger, which is understandable. And then we have El Toro logo, which is the black flame, or the black El Toro with the flames. This thing, I have been wanting this one since Spin Master picked up the license, so I'm really, really eager to see how this looks. We did see a black El Toro, but it was in the Reveal to Steel, so I'm really happy to finally see this, and it's pretty cool that it's going to be a chase piece, so it's going to be kind of hard to get eventually. And then we have Megalodon. Now, these are the 3 we see, and you know, a lot of people did heavily criticize these trucks when they got released, or at least when the Gravedigger one got released. And I can see if maybe you were expecting more, but I kind of like it. You know, this opens the door because this will be the first year that they painted the motors, painted the shocks, and if they do well, they sell well, I can really see Spin Master maybe moving on down the road where every single truck, instead of just a chase piece, could have painted shocks, you know, could have painted motors. So it basically opens the door for what could happen down the road. So that's pretty cool to see. And then moving over to the next picture, you can see the final three trucks, which we have Son of a Digger and Earthshaker and Dragon. So a pretty good mix. It looks like Son of a Digger might have a black motor and black shocks. Obviously, we can't see Earthshaker and we can't see Dragon. And these trucks also do have the white lettering in the BKT as well. So, you know, maybe not the best chase piece in a lot of people's opinions, but I think it's a big step up for what could happen down the future with the shocks and the motors being painted. And moving on down the list here, we have the Elemental truck. So really cool. I thought this was something that was really different, and I really think Spin Master pulled it off. So this year, I believe we have 5 Elemental trucks, and the first 2 here, we have Zombie and Earthshaker. Now, it looks like from looking at this poster, there's going to be a ton of Zombie trucks for 2021, and I like that. I like Zombie. It's a cool looking truck. However, with the Earth tires, it could be strange. But then thinking Zombie, like what else could it be? Fire, wind, water. So interesting it's with the Earth, I suppose. I guess they could have had a Zombie for like fire and water. I don't know. I don't know. But Earthshaker, I can definitely see the Earth tires. That looks pretty cool. And of course, they look just like the same tires that Gravedigger had last year. And looking at the 3 other trucks, so I was right, there is a total of 5. Last year we only had 4. So interesting to see that they have 2 Earth trucks, 1 fire, 1 wind, and I'm going to guess Pirate's Curse could be water. So it's going to be interesting to see how that truck looks. And then we have Dragonoid for wind, which I believe is a better choice than last year we had Hurricane Force, which we have yet to receive that truck. I believe that was in mix 14 or 15. Obviously with the delay. And then we have Gravedigger for fire. Now, Gravedigger, this one might just steal the show out of all of these. So when I first saw this picture of Gravedigger, kind of just scanning through on Instagram and Facebook and everything, I thought they just took the fire body of Gravedigger and slapped it onto an orange chassis and, well, red chassis, orange roll cage, and the fire tires. However, looking at this thing harder and really looking at it, you can tell the flames are different. It has a nice maroon red where the black would be on Gravedigger, and then it has like a yellowish, orangey, yellowish glow underneath Gravedigger and on the hill and everything. So this whole fire truck is completely different. The flames on it, I believe it's Green Ghost Gravedigger. I can't really make out what it says on the roof or anything like that, but this is pretty interesting, so I'm really happy they did this. They could have just used a different, the same old Gravedigger paint scheme, but I do believe this is the Green Ghost Gravedigger, and to make it into fire, that's pretty cool. Change it up a little bit, so I think this truck might be one of the best trucks for 2021. Gonna be interesting to see, and this is also a truck I hope that comes out, I wouldn't say too soon, maybe in mid-2021, maybe like June, July, but definitely, maybe in my book, the best looking one for Elemental trucks. Don't know what Pirate's Curse could look like, but Gravedigger definitely might be a lot of people's favorites. And moving down the poster again, here we go with the Sheer Madness. Now, this is the first brand new, I guess, series. And this is interesting because I had no idea what this could mean, but watching Monster Jam OCD's video and everything, this could be like X-ray trucks, which would mean they're see-through or chrome, which is very intriguing. And judging from what he says and everything, it looks like the bodies are going to be plastic, so I don't think it's going to be like that cheap plastic like if you go to like CVS and get those mini trucks, the 170 scale trucks. I think it will be a little bit higher quality with those, but it will definitely be interesting to see how they pull these off and how these trucks look. Now, with them being plastic bodies, these trucks should be a lot lighter than the normal ones, and it's pretty cool too. So this is the first time Spin Master is making kind of like an X-ray truck or a see-through truck. So it's going to be interesting to see how they pull that off and how these things actually look. So the first truck we're looking at is Gravedigger, of course, and it has white or grayish chromish rims maybe. That's going to be interesting to see. And then we have Soldier Fortune. So I don't know. This could be, I feel big things with this right here. And there's 5 trucks in this series, and the other 3 are El Toro, Son of a Digger, and Megalodon. So I'm going to guess that these trucks are just going to be transparent. It's going to look pretty cool, pretty different, pretty unique, and I don't know. I'm kind of eager to see what these things look like. I would say one of the worst series was probably Nitro Neons after a while, or maybe even Overcast. But I don't know. I feel like this series could be pretty interesting and pretty good done right, or pretty big if it's done correctly and right, which Spin Master has been proving to be really good lately. So this is going to be really exciting. I'm excited for these. So going from probably one of the most exciting new series to probably one of the question mark new series. So this is the Max Contract series, and the interesting thing about this is Hot Wheels has their own basically black and white trucks, where the trucks are basically black and white. And looking at this, I don't want to say it's like a ripoff of it, because it could be done. I mean, 2 companies having the same thing with the same concept. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how these trucks are going to look, but, a lot of people might sit here and say, oh, Spin Master ripped off, Hot Wheels doing this, but I don't know how I feel. I would have to see one of these trucks in person. Hopefully we'll get one of these trucks in person with the first mix, which would be Mix 16, but here they are. It is Dragon, Blue Thunder, Earthshaker, and Gravedigger. So it looks like these trucks are just going to be black and white. Looks like a white chassis, white tires, black rims, black roll cage, and the truck just black and white. So I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about these, and I don't know, out of the whole poster, this might be the only questionable thing, at least in my book. And then it looks like we have the Rough Crowd series making its return again. This could be interesting. So we have Monster Mutt, which from the picture, it doesn't look like the ears are down like Monster Mutt Rottweiler was. So who knows, maybe by the time the thing gets released, it might have its ears down, it might not. And then it looks like we get a brand new Scooby-Doo with a teal roll or chassis, which looks very interesting. And then we have a Monster Mutt Husky, which this truck was never released in a singles pack. This was released, I believe, in the Mix 6 doubles at the end of 2019. And then we ended up getting it in a Fire and Ice version in the beginning of last year. So interesting to see that they brought back Monster Mutt Husky, and it looks like it's on a gray roll cage and black chassis with a light blue beadlock and gray rims. So that thing might look pretty cool. The truck does look a little different. I can't really pinpoint what it is. And yeah, I'm happy to see the Rough Crowd back. I think that's a pretty unique series, and I'm really glad that Spin Master kept it for 2021. And here we go again with the Boneyard truck. So this was a very interesting series for 2020. It was the first year. This will be the second year, and I'm really happy they are putting more detailing into the Boneyard trucks. So I'm actually going to zoom in here. And the first truck is Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, and there's 2 things I really love about this truck. So obviously the Boneyard trucks, the whole roll cage is made out of bones, which I think is awesome. And this one actually has a unique Mohawk. It has spikes and it's like bones. I think that thing's gonna look awesome. I can't wait for that. I love how the guy on the side is basically a skeleton, and if you look really close at like where the pinstripe or the lightning bolts, whatever you want to call it, on the side, it's actually bones coming out of his mouth. So I think that's really cool. The detailing on that is awesome. Then moving on to the next truck. Now, here is another zombie. I believe this was an Encore zombie, maybe the fire one. I'm not too familiar with it, but it does look really, really cool. It looks like the arms are going to be a little longer than the normal casting for zombie. And with that being said, I think it's a brand new casting for zombie as well. So that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people wanted Encore zombies. For me, they always been a myth because I never knew what they were. But now seeing that and seeing what they could have been or what they are is pretty cool. So this thing looks really cool, really mean. And then the third and final truck for the Boneyard trucks for 2021 is another zombie. Now, I'm not too sure what zombie this could be. Like I said, I have absolutely no idea. But seeing the detailing on this one, I can only imagine how this looks. And I'm really glad that they kept the Boneyard trucks because there's so many things they can do with them. And I'm also really happy that they put a lot of detailing into these trucks. These look amazing just on the rendering, and I really hope they look just like they do on the poster, because I think a lot of people are going to love what these things look like, and I really think they're going to be near the top and definitely the most sought out ones so far. Alright, so here we go. Finally, the Retro Rebels. So this is probably one of the most sought out trucks, and we'll get to that one in a second. But we're going to move right here first. And so the Retro Rebels, we only have 3 trucks this year for 2021. Not too sure what El Toro they're going to use. Maybe it's one we haven't really seen yet, so that's going to be an interesting one. And then we have, for the first time ever, besides the 5-pack, I believe, and obviously the color shifters, or the color changers, or reveal the steel, whatever you want to call it, Grandma Gravedigger, so that's going to be cool to see that. And then the one everyone, in myself included, that's very excited for is Bulldozer. This is awesome. Alright, so here it is blown up. This is probably going to be one of my top trucks for 2021. It is finally about time. We haven't seen a legit Bulldozer truck made in, I don't even know how long. This is really, really cool. So this was one of the trucks that Monster Jam OCD leaked out, and when he just put, like, basically this picture of it like that, I thought it was just going to be El Toro Loco with a Bulldozer paint scheme, and if it would have said El Toro Loco on the side other than Bulldozer, I would have just laughed. That would have been the ultimate troll move. I'm really happy that Spin Master didn't do that, and they actually made a legit Bulldozer. Just by looking at the rendering of this thing, this is awesome. This is a lot of nostalgia for me. Bulldozer, of course, with these old tires, the Goodyear tires, and then you have the front engine chassis on it as well, so that's pretty cool. This is one truck I am probably really hyped up for, and I feel like something like this, I don't think it's going to be a Mix 16. I think it's going to be towards the end of the year, just to basically make us want it more and crave it more. But I think from the rendering, if it looks anything like this, that is awesome. I made a custom Bulldozer, and it doesn't look anywhere near that. But, yeah, that's cool. This is definitely probably one of the most trucks I'm sought out for, or looking to get my hands on for 2021. Thank you, Spin Master, for doing this, and Monster Jam LCD, thank you for pushing this, and this is something that the community has been asking for so long, and it took 3 years, if you will, but hey, Spin Master did it. I guess good things come to people who wait. And making its return for a second year is none other than the Reckless trucks, which is pretty cool. I like this series. I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was a cool concept. I am really happy that it's back for 2021. However, there's only 2 trucks. I kind of wish we got a little more. This first truck is called Double Decker, which is a total brand new casting. Not too sure how I feel about this thing. This is going to be one truck that you're going to have to see in person. I like the customization in it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's like, basically, it's got that junkyard feel, so this is pretty cool looking on the rendering, but it's one of those that's like, okay, what? That kind of thing, coming out of left field. And then the other truck, which probably, I feel like it could have been made last year, but I'm happy it is made a little later, because last year we did get a lot of Max Ds, and not only that, but I don't think it would have been on the front engine chassis if it was made last year. So I'm glad to see that we have a Max D here, which, if you look at it, it has basically every Max D. It has the World Finals, it has the red one, it looks like it has the normal kind of goldish color on the other side. So this is going to be something really cool, and for diehard Max D fans, this truck is going to look pretty sick when it gets released. So even though there's only 2 trucks in the Reckless truck series, I think they're both pretty, well, at least one, definitely Max D is going to look cool. I don't know how I feel about Double Decker. That's just one truck. We're going to have to wait until it gets released. And now we're moving on to heroes and villains, and if I would have to say, if there was one major disappointing part of the 2021 poster, at least, I would say it was probably the I guess black and white trucks, or white trucks, contracts trucks, and probably the heroes and villains. So we have Superman and Batman here. I don't know if they're going to be the same exact castings that we saw last year, and going with the whole theme here, heroes and villains, and they only have Superman and Batman, which clearly they're both heroes and there's no villains. I don't know. I feel like this whole idea, maybe they could have thrown Batman and Joker or something else. I don't know how I feel about this. We're going to have to wait and see if there are going to be new castings, which I don't know, or the colors are going to be changed, or what it is, but I think this might be the worst part of the whole poster, at least for like excitement value and being excited to see what's coming up. And if this was one of your favorite things, how they were doing all superheroes, if I was a diehard superhero fan, I would definitely love to see them explore other trucks and other superheroes. So to see them just go with Superman and Batman again, it's like they could have done maybe other trucks or something. I think this is the biggest question mark on the poster for 2021. Alright, and now we got something brand new for 2021, which is the Spectre trucks. Now, I don't know what this could be. I don't know if this is like a chrome truck or what it really is. So there's only one of them for 2021, and I feel like maybe a lot of other people too. These could have been the chase trucks, if you will, because these things are chrome. But I don't know if they're going to be a die-cast metal. I don't know if they're going to be a plastic. It's going to be interesting to see what this is. And of course, we go with Gravedigger first, which I can understand that. In Monster Jam LCD's video, he said the black on this truck could be the charcoal chrome, or the charcoal black chrome, like on the 1 of 1000 Gravedigger. So that would be kind of cool. But yeah, these are going to be interesting. I don't know if this series is gonna continue into 2022, which I think it will, but I don't know, kind of interesting to only release one for that series. That's kind of weird. And then we're moving on to the Crazy Creatures, which is kind of odd. This one kind of shocked me a little bit because Crazy Creatures, it's always been there for Spin Master, at least from the beginning. This year in 2021, we only have one truck. I am happy that it is Sparkle Smash because a lot of people did not get this truck in the Mix 8, I believe it was in, and a lot of stores around that time, basically Targets were the only place to get it. But this was definitely one of the rarer trucks, and this truck from the previous mix that it was in 2020 or 2019, it went for a lot on eBay, and it still does. It goes for around 30 bucks, 25, 30 bucks. So I'm really happy that they brought this truck back. However, the whole series of Crazy Creatures, there could have been so many more things they could have did with other trucks and everything. So it is interesting to only bring back one truck. They could have did something with horsepower, maybe make it into something else, like they did with Zebra Stripes or Racing Stripes. I don't know. I mean, if this is the last time we see a Crazy Creature truck, that's going to be kind of sad to see it go, because it's always been a good part of the Spin Master line. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting as well. But we'll see what happens with it. However, I am happy to see a different variant with looks like a sparkle blue roll cage, white tires, and purple rims. And the very last truck we have on the poster is none other than Thunderbus. So this is interesting because the truck was already released in a promo video for the dirty and clean washable trucks, and we did see already a rendering of it. And this is a whole new brand new thing for 2021 called Alternate Dimensions. Kind of intriguing again that it is only one truck. But here is a picture of the truck right here. This is right off the Splash Zone video, I believe. I believe this is on the Mystery Machine casting, so it's nice to see that casting back. And I believe this is a truck that was fully customized at Spin Master, something basically someone had an idea with, and I like that. I like it when they do that. I like it when they make custom trucks like that. It's pretty cool it's on the Mystery Machine to use that casting again, but kind of weird to put it in its own category. So maybe what I'm kind of thinking with the ultimate, or alternative dimensions series. Maybe it's just a bunch of custom trucks that the designers make, and that's pretty cool. That would be nice to see that, that trend going on. Maybe this is the first of many, and maybe if they had their own category where the designers make their own fantasy trucks, or kind of like what they did with the crustacean for this year, put maybe community trucks or custom trucks that the community likes very well, and basically makes a community tab called Ultimate Dimensions or Alternative Dimensions, to where they're all custom trucks. That would be kind of cool, and I'm leaning towards that, being very hopeful, but I could see that maybe this opens the door to that. That'd be kind of cool. And here it is, one last full look at the poster here. We have a decent amount of trucks coming out, it looks like. We have a lot of cool new stuff, a lot of new pictures, a lot of new paint jobs, castings, plastic castings, which that's going to be interesting to see for bodies and how light those trucks are. But I personally think it's going to be a good year for 2021, all things considered. I know a lot of people are expecting a lot of more, maybe, but I am really happy with a couple trucks on here. I like the whole backstory behind the crustacean. I love that Bulldozer is finally made into a diecast truck from Spin Master. I know the Showtime trucks, a lot of people aren't going to be a fan of them, but I kind of like them. I think that can open the door for the future. I'm happy to see that the Boneyard trucks are back, the Reckless trucks are back. The only ones I can really complain about, or I feel about, is definitely the Heroes and Villains. Don't know how I feel about that. And the Max Contracts trucks, they're just, I don't know how I feel about those. But I'm glad that the Legacy trucks are back. I'm glad we have a lot of trucks in the arena favorites. And yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a good year. And this is not the only thing that was revealed today. So let's jump to the special surprise. And here it is right here. So, the Monster Jam Gear Galaxies. So this is very intriguing here. So obviously Zombie vs. Hunter, that was the Walmart exclusive packs for last year. Those are clearly leaving, and now we are getting, it looks like, a space and I guess space fight trucks, or I don't even know what to call it here. So it looks like from this page, this is clearly from the yearbook for 2021. I'm really happy that these are, I guess, released. These are going to be interesting. So it looks like we got, looks like chrome trucks, chrome and gold trucks, and I guess those ones would be the gears. And it looks like we got Galaxy trucks. I mean, this is something that's going to be really cool looking, really awesome looking. I cannot wait for these. And as we look at this picture of Megalodon right here, so right here we can definitely take a good look at the Galaxy trucks. They're kind of like that spacey, kind of grayish blue color. You can see in the tires, it looks like they're going to have kind of like the zombie tires, how it was like splotches of paint on it. It looks like they're going to have transparent rims. It looks like they're going to glow kind of blue, like around the Megalodon eye, so stuff like that, details. It looks like they got the same color beadlock as like maybe that tire color. You see El Toro behind it, and of course above El Toro you do see the Walmart logo. So really cool. This is going to be interesting to see how this takes off. Pun intended, I guess. It looks like these trucks do have a black roll cage, and it looks like the same kind of Galaxy purplish bluish chassis. And now looking, I'm guessing these would be the gear trucks. It looks like we have Max D and Soldier Fortune. Seeing a lot of Soldier Fortune trucks for 2021. Yeah, so I don't know if these are going to be white on the body here, or basically like a moonish kind of white color. It looks like the chassis on these are going to be gold, which is pretty cool. Looks like they're going to have gold rims and a gold beadlock. Looks like we got some dirt on the tires for Max D, and also some dirt on the treads and everything for Soldier Fortune in the background. I don't know, if these are chrome and gold, that will be really, really cool. And then as you can tell right here in the bottom right, it looks like we have a double pack, which looks like it comes with Max D. Can't really see what the other truck is from this picture, but this is a really good presentation of at least the Max D truck. Also, if you notice on Max D here, it is not a front engine chassis, it is just a normal chassis, so that's a nice little point out as well. So kind of interesting there. And for the last picture here, we have some other trucks in this mix. Now, I don't know if this is going to be every single truck. I hope not, because these things do look pretty cool. But on the bottom here, it looks like we have a Galaxy Zombie, which is all blue. It looks like we have a purple Pirate's Curse, which looks like it's going to be on Team Galaxy. And then it looks like we have a Son of a Digger for Gears. And it looks like we have an Earthshaker for Team Gears. Now, if you look in the middle here, it looks like we have two double packs. The first one, I really can't zoom in, but it kind of looks like it's Max D and Megalodon. And if you go over here, it looks like it's Zombie and Soldier Fortune. Now, one of the big trucks missing out of this is clearly Gravedigger, so I don't know if they have something special planned for him, or like a playset or something like that. But these things look pretty cool. I'm kind of hoping that the gear trucks are basically chrome and gold. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, looks like big things for 2021, even though, you know, this past year has been horrible. Hopefully the distribution will be better in 2021 for Spin Master. We'll find out after probably May, or maybe even March, hopefully. But yeah, this is just my thoughts. Big things to come. I can't wait for it. We now know what the double packs are with the clean versus dirty trucks. We now know some of the trucks in the normal series. We know now basically the Walmart exclusive trucks. So really, really cool. We know the chase pieces, which a lot of people are kind of about, and we know what the Toy Fair truck is. So 2021 looking pretty cool. I doubt Spin Master got everything they wanted for 2021, but what we got, I think we should feel special that we got it. You know what's coming. So a lot of cool things, a lot of interesting things, and cool thing. This is my first video for 2019. Wow, 2019, 2021, and I can't wait to see how this stands off, and let me know what you guys think. And with that being said, we recorded this recorded this video all today on an iPhone because I am currently not home, but we'll be back there shortly. So stay tuned, subscribe, drop a like, and let me know what you guys think. With that being said, I will catch you guys in another video very shortly.